What is it like to feel pain? To feel immense pain? To be the most disturbed man in human history? Well, that's a question that we can ask researcher James Martin Talleyrand. James Martin Talleyrand was a researcher for the SCP Foundation. He served the Foundation until he became the focal point of a monstrous entity designated SCP-3999, who endlessly tortured Talleyrand and his loved ones both mentally and physically for countless centuries. Now, Professor James Martin Talleyrand is an interesting fellow. Because of his tough upbringing and some past traumas, Talleyrand was always an introvert, and he tended to put the blame always on himself. He was very antisocial, but he, formed a few friendships and was even in a relationship. That is the hero of the story. The villain of the story is SCP-3999. Now, what's interesting about this story is that it takes place between the fourth wall, between the fourth dimension, between fiction and reality. You see, SCP-3999 is meant to represent someone, something, an idea. SCP-3999, taking the form of an obscure ancient monstrosity that had the ability to alter and twist the entire universe as it wished, used its powers to horribly torture James Talleyrand forever, going as far as to destroy and rewrite the entire universe so that its incoherent containment procedures would agonize him. You see, SCP-3999 was the fictional representation of the author, Lord Stonefish. As the being was struggling with creating stories involving its character, researcher James Talleyrand, it became obsessed with writing for him to the point of going mad and manipulating the entire reality of the SCP Foundation. It allowed the Foundation to contain inside one of their facilities and waited for the organizers to assign Talleyrand to study it. Upon meeting him, it began to reshape the world around it, all of its creations centered in causing researcher Talleyrand to suffer horribly. This tormented lasted for what Talleyrand stated to be millions of years. However, Talleyrand eventually manages to gain the upper hand, bringing order back to the world and facing his enemy head-on. He proclaimed that he figured out why SCP-3999 chose him, of all people, to keep alive. It needed him, for without Talleyrand it could not exist. Once Talleyrand found out about this secret, he did what he did to end it all. You see, SCP-3999 stated that it won. SCP-3999 has won. SCP-3999 has lost. I hate myself. I love myself. The article ends with a report that showed reality had been restored and SCP-3999 was gone. All that remained of it being its empty containment cell in Talleyrand's body. A cell phone is shown to contain the entire SCP-3999 article, and Talleyrand apparently having killed himself to destroy SCP-3999. Talleyrand and SCP-3999 truly became one with one another. It really shows what the human psyche can be capable of imagining and putting up with. This is a interesting tale, and a tale that nonetheless goes into some really messed up stuff and ideas and concepts. And yeah, this video is just meant to be a quick analysis, but I will link a video down below that goes more into depth on, everything that happened. But can you believe that despite all of this, the wiki does not list SCP-3999 as pure evil? This is why I love SCP, honestly. But yeah, interesting SCP nonetheless.